Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I want to share with you 5 pairs of winter boots that are suitable if you have a wider foot. So for reference, I usually always take a woman's size 9 US or 40 euro in shoes or boots. And my feet are slightly wide and I will definitely have pain in my toes if the toe box is not big enough. So I'll show you all the different boots. I'll go over what size I take in them because some of the sizing is a little bit off. So if you'd like to order online, it's important to listen to that. I will link them all down below, as well as the size that I take in the boot and the size I am normally. So you can kind of use that as a size guide reference. So I remember before I moved here, maybe a year and a half ago, I went into the Bay, which is a department store in Toronto. And I felt so bad. The sales associate, she probably brought me 20 different types of winter boots. I was looking for a pair and none were wide enough. And I was quite shocked because you would think a winter boot out of all shoes is something companies could make wide and it's not going to look funny. Obviously too, you might be wearing really thick socks. So I was just really surprised at how narrow a lot of them fit. So all of these work for my feet, so they might for you as well. So first up, let's talk about Uggs. These are essentially the same 2 boots. They're just a different version. So one is obviously the taller and this is the shorter. So if you're new to Uggs, I would say these are probably more suitable for fall weather or for winter weather, like almost like we have here in Geneva, which there's not much snow ever in the city. I'm not used to this. It's actually a nice change. If you live somewhere like Toronto used to be where they salt the roads a lot, it's very slushy and wet most of the winter. These are not ideal. This is definitely more a fall boot in Canada. But if you're like me and you don't have to be exposed to too much snow anymore, these are great for in the city as well. Okay, so like I said, normally I would take a size 9 in shoes, but I get my Uggs in size 8. And the reason why, and I think a lot of people don't know this, I've mentioned it before, is because you're supposed to wear these with bare feet. They're lined with sheepskin. When you first get it and you put your foot in, it's gonna feel a little bit tight, but over time, the sheepskin, it wears down a bit, it flattens out, and it molds to your foot. I think these were originally designed for surfers in Australia when they would go surfing in colder weather months, and they would get out of the ocean, they would slip these on. I'm going to be honest, I don't really find Uggs that comfortable with socks. Something about it feels weird to me. I don't like it. When I wear them how they're intended to be worn with bare feet though, I love them and they're incredibly warm, I think. But it's just something to keep in mind. A lot of people will say take your true size, but I disagree. I have to go down to a size 8. The size 9 are way too big on me. And they kind of look a little ridiculous too. They just visibly look big and feel very big. So I always get mine in a size 8, but because I wear them with bare feet, that might be the thing. And you can see the toe, it is definitely, it's wide foot friendly. And yeah, they're really comfy. I mean, I never thought they would still kind of be in style this many years later. I know some people think they're really ugly, but I really think they're cute. This is definitely my favorite height. I shared in a previous video, I did have the platform version. I actually sold those before I moved just because I felt like they made me look too tall and almost clunky. And yeah, I just prefer the flatter version. So this is essentially the same boot. It's just a taller version. So also I got this in the size 8. And what's kind of cool about this is you can wear it up like this, how it comes, or you can roll the top down and the fur will show. So it's essentially like you get 2 boots in one. So you can roll these down to be a little bit shorter. So if you like that look, the taller version obviously keeps your leg and ankle a little bit warmer, but it's just whatever you prefer. I find though these are always my favorite. I've owned a few pairs of this model over the years. I prefer this one. So just to summarize, in regular shoes, I take a size 9 US or a 40 euro, but in the Uggs, I get the US 8, which on the tag says it's a euro 39. So definitely I size down 1 full size. Here are the shorter chestnut boots. I have these on. I've had these for a few years now. I usually always have a pair of these. And yeah, like I said, I get the size 8 in these. I usually always wear bare feet. You can wear a thin sock, but I just prefer the feeling with bare feet. And here's the dark brown color. So that's the difference if you want to see. So next up, I'm going to show you a boot that probably I won't have to wear too much here in Geneva. So my mom got these for me years ago. We got them at a small store in the town that I grew up in. And probably, I've mentioned this before, I probably wouldn't have bought this for myself, but I didn't realize how necessary this was. So I used to always take transit to work, and when you would step off the sidewalk in Toronto in the winter, there's usually like that much slush, and then it freezes, and it's just a big mess there's salt. It's gross. So you definitely need a waterproof boot. So these rubber boots are from, I'm probably gonna butcher the name, Ilse Jacobsen. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I will link it down below. So these come in various colors. I have the green, which I kind of like. Why I like these, they are so warm, even on the coldest days. They have never let a drop of water in. They've held up really, really well. Like, these are a decade old, and they're maybe a little bit dirty. I could clean them up, but they're still very good shape. And if you have thicker legs like I do, they're wide calf friendly, which is great. So years ago, I had bought a pair of Hunter rubber boots, and I tried them on in the store with leggings. And I do remember them feeling a little bit snug, but I bought them. And then when I got them home, I think one day I tried wearing them with jeans, and I realized, like, the jeans, because they're thicker, it just wasn't big enough for my legs. So I ended up having to sell them. These are great because they have the laces. You can really open them up a lot wider than this, and they're just wider calf friendly. So they're great. They're also a lot more flexible, as opposed to, say, a Hunter rubber boot. So when you're walking, it's not like almost like you're walking on stilts. These have a lot of give to them. These are amazing. And definitely, like what I said, when you would step off the sidewalk and the slush comes up to here, it just makes winter or rainy weather a lot more fun. You don't have to worry about it. And because they come up high, it really keeps your whole leg really warm. And when I paired this with like a very long coat, a long puffer coat that would go to almost my ankles, I felt really warm. So these I would highly recommend. If you don't like the really tall version, they also have a short version and I think a mid-height version. Even when I have really thick socks on, there's room in the toe box. Even though it might not look super wide, I find that it is. And as a size guide reference, with this one, again, you have to size down a full size. So these are €39. So whatever you normally take in Euro sizing, go one size down. Okay, next up are the moon boots. So these are definitely wide foot friendly. They look really funny. I haven't worn these too much because they are intended to be wearing in the snow or ice. You're not actually supposed to walk around on the streets in these. They might wear down. So the sizing with these is a little bit weird. So I get the size 39/41. So this is supposed to do if you're a size 39, 40, or 41. I would say these fit me perfectly, but if you're much bigger than me, I think you actually have to go up a size. So what's a little bit funny about these is that they are interchangeable. So essentially you can wear this shoe on your right or left foot. What I decided when I first got these is that there's tags on the inside there, or what I decided to be the inside. So when I put them on, I keep the tag to the inside so I don't mix the feet up. Because there's thick foam on the inside that will mold to your feet over time, you kind of want to decide which will be your right and your left. So these are very warm. They're great if you have a thicker snow pant because the opening is quite big. You can tighten the string up a little bit there, but it's still pretty open, and I have thicker legs and it still gives a lot of room around there. So these are definitely good for snowy or icy weather, but I mean, I think this is a little bit funny to wear if you're just walking around a city. Okay, so next up, my favorite boot for walking would be this boot from FeelGrounds. So this is their patrol boot, and it is insulated. So just for reference, I have only worn this in a city. I haven't worn this skiing, like in the mountains or anything like that, where there's like a lot of snow or ice. So for me, this has been very warm, but I haven't tested it out in ski-like conditions. So just keep that in mind, but so far, so good. I've had this now for a couple years. So FeelGrounds, if you've heard me talk about the company before, it is a barefoot shoe company. So all their shoes have an anatomical toe box, which is great. This is very, very comfy for walking. I find the grip is very good too, so you don't slip around. And what's really important is that the toe is movable. So if you do a lot of walking within the city, or again, if you live somewhere like Geneva where the actual city doesn't get that much snow and you can still go on nice long walks in the winter, this is amazing and it keeps your feet nice and warm. Also too, I can wear a thicker sock, and because of the wide toe box, it doesn't feel uncomfortable uncomfortable at all. I like the height of it too. It gives nice ankle support. I love this brand. It's really amazing. I feel like once you switch to a shoe like this, nothing else feels as comfortable as this one. All the FeelGrounds shoes fit true to size. I always get a size 40 euro or a size 9 US in these. Last but not least, this is my newest pair of winter boots and I really do like them. So this was from the brand Inuikii. I saw these in a store here in Geneva, but it was a different version. They were really expensive. I got these off of My Teresa. I think also on Farfetch they have them. So these are handmade in Portugal. It said designed in Switzerland, made in Portugal. These are leather and then they're fur lined too. Yeah, and they have like a nice rubber sole. It's really grippy. When you put these on your feet for the first time, they feel like they would be so warm. I will say though, after being in the mountains the other day and we were there for a really long time, my feet did feel a little bit cold. So it could have been the socks that I have on, but I was just expecting these to be even warmer. But I will say, just for around the city though, these are my favorite and I find them incredibly warm in the city. They just might not be the best for long ski trips. Maybe something like the moon boot would have been better. I saw lots of women wearing those where we were. I think on the website that I ordered these from said they fit narrow, but I disagree. I feel like they fit totally normal. I got the size 40 euro in this model. So what you can do, you can go on their actual website and it says how all the models fit. So some sizes do fit a little bit small, some fit true to size. So yeah, I got the size 40. So these ones run true to size. If you like how these look, I think they're on sale right now and they have lots of really cute boots. And I feel like these are definitely better than the Uggs for winter. And I really like how they look. I like how they're all black. They go with anything. And here are the Inuikii ones. I would say looks wise, these are my favorite. I love them. They feel so comfy and warm. Just too bad they're not the best in ice, but I just love them. They are so comfy and soft inside. They're really nice. They definitely do make you taller. So they kind of have like a hidden wedge sole in them. So just keep that in mind because you might like that or not like that. Yeah, I just really like these. They have lots of cute styles. And then the strings are long enough. You can tie them in the front or back, however you like. And they stay done up if you double knot them. I didn't have an issue with that, even in the snow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that video helped you out and I will link all these boots down below. Bye.